Eala's Dubai form shouldn't overshadow very real clay court concerns. Eala defeated Serena Sirsti 7-5, 6-4 to reach the quarterfinals of the 2026 Dubai Tennis Championships. The fan-favorite Filipina picked up her third career top 10 win in the second round, defeating Jasmine Paolini in straight sets. Her win over Sirsti in round 3 set up a blockbuster quarterfinal match with Coco Gauff. There's a lot for Eala to look forward to in Dubai, but the good times may not last forever. After all, we're edging ever closer to the clay court season, where Eala failed to impress in 2025. Clay is Eala's worst surface. The Filipina has always excelled on hard courts and impressed on grass last year. But she's yet to enjoy success on the clay. In 2025, Eala only won 2 matches on the surface. Eala on clay in 2025, 2-4. And one of those wins was at a WTA 125 event in Portugal. Her sole tour-level win on clay last year came in the first round of the Madrid Open against Bulgaria's Victoria Timova. If she wants to compete with the very best in women's tennis and climb to the top of the world rankings, she can't afford a repeat of that in 2026. Eala needs to find another level on the clay, by any means necessary. But how can she achieve better results on what is statistically her worst surface? Eala's win-loss records by surface, WTA Tour. Well, perhaps she should turn to her coach, Joan Bosch. The Spaniard worked with his countryman Carlos Moya for 7 years during the latter stages of his career. During that period, Moya won several big clay court titles, including the 2004 Italian Open. Training one of the best clay court players of a generation, Bosch certainly knows a thing or two about the red stuff. Eala should make use of Bosch's wealth of clay court knowledge and try to learn as much as possible. Perhaps she could even persuade the Spaniard to bring in his former pupil, Moya, for a training session. There's no reason why Eala cannot one day find success on the clay, but if she is to do so, she's going to have to put in the work. Eala has no issue working hard, though, and with the right team around her, it might not be long before things click for her on the clay. What clay court events should Eala play in 2026? The 20-year-old needs to build confidence on the surface before the French Open begins, but where should she start her clay court campaign? In 2025, she chose to play the WTA 125 event in Oeiras, but that didn't exactly go to plan. Before the 2 WTA 1000 events, Madrid Open and Italian Open, there are 5 tour-level clay tournaments for Eala to choose from. The Copa Calçonidas would theoretically be the easiest of the 5 events to win. Last year, Marie Bouzkova, number 50, was the only top 50 player who made the trip to Colombia. If Eala could win the title in Colombia, she'd head back over to Europe for the 2 WTA 1000 events full of confidence. After Madrid and Rome, the Filipina could choose between 2 more clay events, if she wants even more practice before Roland Garros. To get acclimatized to the conditions in France, it might make sense for Eala to enter the Strasbourg tournament. There are plenty of decisions for Eala and Bosch to make over the next month or 2, but she won't want to worry about the clay season just yet. For now, she has a job to do in Dubai, as she prepares for her quarterfinal match. Eala will play Gauff in the quarterfinals of the Dubai Tennis Championships on Thursday, February 19th. Rising tennis star Eala has always carried more than just a racket onto the court. She carries expectation of a nation, of a region, of a generation eager to see Southeast Asia represented deep into the second week of major tournaments. So when she found rhythm and radiance on the hard courts of Dubai Tennis Championships, it felt less like a surprise and more like a promise being fulfilled. But tennis, like the desert wind that sweeps across Dubai's skyline, shifts quickly. And while her form in the Emirates was sharp, confident, and at times electric, it should not eclipse the very real questions that resurface when the tour transitions to clay. The Dubai glow. Dubai rewarded Eala's strengths. The quicker hard courts amplified her timing off the backhand wing, already her signature shot, and gave her first strike tennis an extra layer of menace. She redirected pace with precision, took the ball early, and looked comfortable stepping inside the baseline. In Dubai, her movement appeared economical. Her serve, often a point of scrutiny, held up under pressure. She constructed points with clarity, wide serve, open court, backhand finish. There was a blueprint, and she executed it. What stood out most wasn't just the results, it was composure. She played as though she belonged. That psychological shift matters. Tennis careers are not built merely on strokes, they are built on belief. And in Dubai, Eala radiated it. The danger, however, lies in allowing one surface-specific surge to rewrite the broader narrative. Clay is a different conversation. Clay is not merely slower hard court. It is a philosophical counterpoint to everything that worked in Dubai. Where hard courts reward immediacy, clay demands patience. Where Dubai's surface allowed her to flatten out her backhand and punch through opponents, clay absorbs that pace and asks for something more: height, spin, repetition. Eala's game has long been described as clean and linear. On clay, linear becomes limited. Points extend. Margins narrow. Footwork becomes an art form. Sliding is not optional, it is survival. Her background suggests she should be comfortable on the surface. Training within European systems and spending formative years competing on clay have given her exposure. She understands the geometry of red dirt. Yet understanding is different from imposing. The concern is not that she cannot play on clay, she absolutely can. The concern is whether her current evolution, tilted toward aggressive hardcourt tennis, has drifted slightly from the heavy, shape-driven patterns clay rewards. The backhand paradox. Eala's two-handed backhand is her calling card. In Dubai, it was a weapon. On clay, it risks becoming predictable if not layered. Flat drives sit up if they lack spin. Cross-court exchanges lengthen. Opponents will test her patience, pushing her higher over the net, wider into the doubles alley. Clay specialists live for that attrition. To thrive, she must add arc without losing authority. Think less bullet, more spiral. Clay rewards the ball that dips and kicks, not merely the one that travels fast. Her forehand, sometimes overshadowed by the backhand's elegance, becomes pivotal on clay. If she can generate heavier topspin from that wing and open the court more effectively, the balance of her game shifts from reactive to imposing. Movement, the hidden metric. Dubai showcased her improved court coverage. But sliding into a forehand on hard court is an emergency maneuver. On clay, sliding is grammar. Footwork on clay is proactive. Players set up earlier, recover differently, and use the slide not just to reach but to position for the next shot. Eala's movement has grown more fluid, yet clay exposes even minor inefficiencies. Does she trust her slide on big points? Does she reset quickly after a defensive scramble? Can she transition from defense to offense without overhitting? These are not dramatic flaws. They are developmental checkpoints. The serve question. In Dubai, her serve held up. Placement masked any lack of raw power. On clay, free points are scarcer.